my latest video, and I'm talking about Lightworks and Sony Vegas. So Lightworks is at 14.5, and I think I have version 12 or something, 12 point something. Don't tell me, it doesn't tell me there. I think when you open it, it'll tell you what version. I have 12 point something of Lightworks. And Lightworks, I think it costs about $700. And it's a quote professional. I've heard that it's been used to make actual professional movies with. So yeah, it's changing all the time. I have version 12 or something like that. So, and they have sales. Oh yeah, here we go. So it's $437 for the Pro version outright. But you know what that does? I think that they don't tell you this, but I'm pretty sure when you buy the outright license, you're stuck with whatever version you bought it at. So if you bought it at, and this is what I'm telling you, and you're going to find out if you buy it. So it's probably here somewhere. So if you buy the outright version, and it'll be if you buy it today, it'll be version 14.5. And then when they get a new version, you don't get that version. Which makes sense because they do have to make money after all. And they do have to pay their programmers and everybody else. So it does make sense. But if you're thinking that you're always going to get, if you buy the outright license, you're always going to get the new version, that might give you like a cold shower of surprise. Another thing that's going to, that you're going to notice is that your Lightworks will only, your outright version will only work on 2 registered computers. And I think that's it. I think so. And I think that even if you get a new computer, I don't think you can even transfer it to the new computer. That's it. You get 2 tries on 2 computers, and that's it. I'm not sure if that's how it works. I'm pretty sure because I remember building a new computer, and I only had one more. I couldn't transfer the license to my new computer. I don't know if that's changed, but that's another thing. So, you know, if you plan on having a new computer for 5 years or something like that, and then another computer for another 5 years, and those are your 2 computers, then this outright license will theoretically last you 10 years. So that's something to consider. So it's not like it's and then there's the $437.99 price, which is a good price. I think it's actually come down. I think it was closer to $600 or $700 before, and that's US dollars. And so now I have the Boris. I have the outright license for Lightworks Pro, and yeah, it never expires. But remember those things I told you before you buy it. You can only use it on 2 computers, and then if you retire one of those computers, you can't use that license on another new computer, or I'm pretty sure you can't. That's just one of your licenses is gone. So it might have changed, but I remember that's the last time I checked in and tried it, and I couldn't do anything about it. I'll probably look again. soon, in the future. There you can ask a question. So somebody, if you found out about this license, please, make a comment and update us all. So I have the outright license, and it comes with Boris effects and Boris graffiti. So I think I paid half price, which before it was I think around 600 US. So I think I paid $299 US because I got it at their half price sale. So, and then now we're gonna go quickly over to Steam, and on Steam, I bought Vegas on Steam. So a lot of people don't know that Steam has software, and I got Vegas Pro on Steam, Pro 14, which I think came out in 2016, and I got it for a ridiculously cheap price. It was like $30 or something. So today we are comparing those two. Now I'm going to talk about my computer. Okay, this is my computer. I have a Xeon E5 2660, two of them. And the Xeon computer, that compares well with the benchmark of an i9 CPU bench. Okay, so an i9, we'll see what the bench is. i9 7900X. So the i9 7900 bench mark is 21,900, so almost 2,200. And the price is $1,400 US. I bet you can get it cheaper than that. I bet you that's like the top level. So $1,400, and mine is running at 21,997, and mine's at 16,368. So not much slower. And I think my whole computer, and I'm not talking about the case or the power supply. I'm just talking about the motherboard, the RAM, and my dual Xeons. I think that all cost me around $400 or $500. So it's like more than half the price of this one, this i9. So anyways, I'm just telling you what I'm running as far as a computer to run Vegas and to run Lightworks. Okay. Now, here's the memory. Is 65 gigabytes, I think. That's what it goes out to be. And my graphics card is a P2000, Quadro P2000. So let's have a look at the Quadro P2000. And I'm running this on a 2K monitor. So here's the Quadro P2000, and there it is right there. There it is right there. See where I can look at the Quadro P2000. Okay, so brand new, it's $550, the Quadro P2000. So there it is. 1024 CUDA cores, 5 gigabytes memory, 140 gigabytes memory bandwidth, DisplayPort 1.4 connectors, PCI Express 3.0 by 16. So this is the card I'm using, and I'll tell you something that I had this is like my third Quadro card, and Lightworks is almost basically unusable with a crappy graphics card. So I went and bought Lightworks because I was like so excited. And then I was able to use it with a couple of workarounds. But, and then sort of said, oh, well, let's try something else. I'll try Vegas, right? Now, if you have a crappy computer, or if you have like a mid to lower level computer, Vegas is going to work. And it's going to do a lot of stuff excellently. And I mean, these are both professional level programs, and they're way easy to use, both of them. I mean, Lightworks is harder, but they're both like, if you sort of get into video editing, you're going to come to a point where there's so much garbage video editing programs out there, you're going to come to a point where it's like, oh, geez, I need something that's going to get the job done. And so, like, Lightworks and Vegas Pro are going to get the job done for you. And Vegas Pro, you don't need a graphics card like what I have, like the, $500 P2000 card, Quadro card, NVIDIA. You don't need that. You can get away with like a normal card, like any card, and it'll work well. And on Steam, I don't know how much it's going for now. See if what the price is now for it. It's probably not called Sony Vegas anymore because I think it's not owned by Sony. Okay, so Vegas Pro 14 is $50, and that's Canadian, so it's like $40. Oh, look at this. And if you get the 15 edition, it's $400. And if you get the 16 edition, it's $600. So to me, it's no brains. I mean, look at that. Vegas Pro 16 is $600 Canadian, which is, Canadian funny money. So that's like 400 US, 450 US maybe. So that's no brainer. Just buy Vegas Pro. If you do any kind of video editing, just buy Vegas Pro 14 it's going to be like $40 US. Look at that. So that's what I have right there. And it's a good little program. But when you get down to it, I just don't think it's as powerful a program as Lightworks. Lightworks, you have to spend more time. If you want to like do something quickly, Vegas is going to be for you. And I mean, Vegas is so easy to use, it makes you actually enjoy it because it's just so easy to use it. So you just import your clips, like import your video, import your media, and then it shows up in this right here, and then you just drag these into their line, and then you create new insert video tracks, and then you add your title, and then you drag this over, and then you just file, render, and then you just render your video. And it does a good job. It renders mine at 1920 by 1080, so 1080p, I guess. That's what shows up on YouTube as 1080p. So, and it's just, the audio is nice, and so it's a really good program. I was like, yeah, like I said, if you don't have an amazing computer, but it's limited, quite limited. So, and this is the thing, is that I'm going to start doing more videos now in Lightworks, because Lightworks works amazingly well on my P2000 card. Like, it's a new program. It's just renders beautifully, and there's no hiccups. So if you really, really want to get a smoking hot setup for video editing, and if you got the money and you bought an i9, or if you have a little bit of technical hardware abilities and you want to put together a Xeon system for like half the price, and you still got some money left over, and then you get a good, like, I'm very, very, very happy with the Quadro P2000 card. I think I got it on eBay. They're probably going for around $300 on eBay now, because they're usually, $100 to $200 cheaper than the retail if you buy a used one. And then, they're a great little card. So yeah, and that I do a little bit of gaming, and it's a brilliantly good card for gaming. I mean, it does everything well. So if you're thinking of getting, a video card just for gaming, and you're gonna blow $300 or $400 or even $500, I think you should just get something like the P2000, because then you can do a whole bunch of other stuff too, like video editing or any of that kind of stuff. It opens that door. So, so Lightworks is now a whole new situation. And, you definitely, with Lightworks, it's an incredibly powerful program. And even though I'm on version 12, who knows what it's doing now in version 15. But just to let you know, with the effects, with the Boris, this is what a really good reason too to buy the license for Lightworks, because you've got all these effects, like the Boris effects, and they're extremely highly editable. I mean, you can edit the crap out of these effects, so you can just completely change the effect. And it's got so much deep editing capabilities with effects, so you can really make your videos look cool. And one of the reasons that people buy Lightworks is because it's got all these options for exporting format. So you can format, they have a YouTube format for exporting in 1080p, and like, so that's a thing that you don't get when you get the cheapo, like the free version of Lightworks, is you don't get all these formats that are available here. That's one of the things. And then of course the Boris effects, and it really is a smoking deal. I mean, if you buy Lightworks with the outright license with Boris effects and Boris graffiti, and then you're running it on a computer with something like a Quadro P2000 card, and an i9 or whatever, that kind of level. I mean, you're gonna have, I mean, I'm not the most talented guy, but you're gonna be open to a whole new, and you could get all that for about under $1,500, around $1,500 for all that, like the software, Lightworks, the card, a new computer, for around $1,500. And you'd have basically a smoking system. Like, that'd be good. We would be pretty much update for 5 years. I think you could have that system for 5 years, and it would be useful for 5 years. Buy it like when it's pretty new technology, after everything's come out for about a year, and then you get the best price, and then there's nothing that's going to super kick its ass for another 5 years. And yeah, so that's my, you know, think you can't go wrong with Vegas, especially version 14 right now in 2018, because you can get it for around $40 US, and you don't need to use a really expensive computer. And then if you're ready to take it up a level, then Lightworks is a really cool alternative too. So I hope you like that video. Cheers, have a good one.